Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Edge. I am your host, TheDanBrewer, and I'm here with my tag team partner, the original bro, Josh.
What up, Dan? How you doing today?
Pretty good, man. It's another day. We're recording this episode on a Thursday. We do got a guest with us. We'll get with him shortly. But how you doing there, bro?
Just another day. It's trying to survive the heat. It's hot as fuck this week, and it's another hot one. Sucks ass.
You know, this week sucks. I give it to the people that work in a factory. I don't know how they do it. I'm blessed. I've said it before. I get to work from home for my job from now probably until the end of time, looks like. So I didn't have to leave the air condition today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Josh, let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at OriginalBro19, Instagram, JRut19, my name, Josh Kowski on Facebook. You can also find Gooch, who's not here today, Nick Kaz with 2 Z's, 1 on Twitter. Instagram is PWE the Gooch. His name is Nick Kaz Lucas on Facebook. Dan, where can the people find you at?
Did you give us TikTok?
I don't know his TikTok.
It's PWE the Pod Gooch or so. I don't know what it is. It's PWE the Gooch.
So why you calling me out on it?
You can find Brandon. He's what? Big Kaz, PWE Big Kaz on Twitter, and Brandon Kaz Lucas on Facebook. You can find me at TheDanBrewer on Twitter and Instagram, Dan Brewer on Facebook. The podcast at PWE Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can email us at prowrestlingedgepod@gmail.com. Josh, where can they hear us?
Oh, I can hear us at Apple, Google Play, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, radio.com, iHeartRadio, basically everywhere that there's a streaming service provided, you can hear us at.
Yeah. A couple announcements. This episode, as it's going to drop, is going to be on Monday. This is the last week we'll be posting podcast episodes until the beginning of August, taking a couple weeks off. But the good thing with that is, starting in August, the YouTube channel is going to be live. So we're going to have content coming out on YouTube starting the beginning of August. I'll have an announcement out on social media on where you can subscribe to us on YouTube. So that's exciting. So we're going to get you some content this week, and then you won't hear from us for a couple weeks. I got a birthday. I got a vacation. Everybody's kind of busy here in July, so we'll be taking a break for a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back at it. Hopefully we'll be approaching that 100 episode pretty soon. Tonight is episode 71 as we record this, so pretty excited. Josh, do you have any shout-outs before we get to our guest?
Yeah, shout out to Orlando Christopher, who I guess is retiring today. I seen that on Facebook.
Yeah, he made an announcement.
Get to do a proper farewell match.
Yeah, he talked about this before, and then he kind of got, a passion to do it again, and he's just ready to hang him up. So we've enjoyed watching him over the last couple years. That we've been really hitting the independent scene here in Michigan pretty hard. So hats off to him. I know there was a tournament he was scheduled to be in for an Ohio promotion that doesn't look like it's going to happen. But, yeah, we've had some great matches. We've seen him in at Clash and BCWA. And, he's 15-plus years, so hats off to him. So, yeah. Let's get to our guest. What do you think, Josh?
Let's get to him.
All right. Well, joining us today is someone that we've seen a lot of lately with the undisclosed location shows and at Horror Slam back when we were running shows. They were running shows at the VFW, and there in Lincoln Park. We have hot Percy Drews. What's up, Percy?
Oh, what's up? Man, that was a long intro. I sat through that whole intro. I was like, man, they talk more than I do.
Yeah, especially me and Josh. We're the two that you can't shut up. So you got the two guys that do not shut up. If you had either one of the other two guys on the show, you might have been able to get in a few words before now. But Percy, man, we've been wanting to do this for a while, and this is awesome. We finally got to get you down here and do this.
Not down here. I'm back in Ohio. I'm in Dayton doing my thing. You guys are in up north somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
we're in the Detroit. We're actually, Percy, just to give you an idea where we're at. The studio, which is where I'm at when we're allowed to do this all together, I'm about 10 minutes from the Horseland venue at the VFW that you'd go to the shows there. So
Okay.
Josh is a little bit closer to the Ohio line, but yes, we did allow an Ohio guy on the show here because man, we just love Percy.
I feel like a lot of people forget that I'm from Dayton until the announcer announces I'm from Dayton, and then the whole crowd boos me. I'm like, what's wrong with Dayton? It's not that bad.
There is, I'm sure you know this, but there is a strong hatred north of that city of Toledo for anyone that is from Ohio, from us here in the state of Michigan. But Percy, you're one of the exceptions.
I guess so. I mean, I'll be real. I like Michigan, but I don't like Michigan when it's Ohio State versus Michigan on a Saturday.
That makes perfect sense.
That is the only time that I despise Michigan with all of my heart. But outside of that, I like the drives up there. Michigan has become a second home.
So let's talk a little bit about, when did you decide to get into wrestling? What made you get into wrestling?
Honestly, oh gosh, this question again. This remember what we talked about before? I'm gonna give you the dumbed down version because I could talk all hours about this subject.
All right.
So the dumbed down version was me and my brother were just scrolling through the channels one night, and we saw a Batista versus Kane match on a random episode of SmackDown, and it just caught my eye. And then ever since then, I was watching SmackDown every night. Became a Rey Mysterio fan, Jeff Hardy fan, John Cena fan. And I started watching it then. From 2008 on, I got into the older stuff like The Rock and Stone Cold about like 2009, 2010. But then I still kept with the times, and I just wanted to get in that ring. I did backyard shows, like trampoline shit. Like when I was super young, it was always me and my friends. I did a 450 off my treehouse into the trampoline, and I broke the trampoline. So ever since then, I just wanted to become a wrestler, and now look where I'm at.
So when did you actually take the step and get into wrestling other than the backyard wrestling?
So this is my dumb story. This is my dumb wrestling story. In 2016, Combat Zone Wrestling was doing a tryout in Dayton, and I emailed them, and I was like, I want to go. So I paid for it, but I had no experience like in the ring at all. I just did backyard shows. And Chris, who ended up becoming my first trainer, he called me out, and I had a one-on-one match with Dave. And they put me in the main event with Dave, and Dave beat the dog shit out of me. But I thought that's just how wrestling worked, because we only called one spot, and that was my dive spot. So outside of that, he beat the dog shit out of me. And then he was like, I see potential in this kid. I'm going to pay for his training, which didn't happen. I ended up paying for some of my training. But he gave me I was going to college, and he was like, come back every summer because you're still young. I want you to be older when you're in the ring, so you're like still wrestling when you're like 35, in your like late 30s, you know? So I did that. I trained from 16 to 18 every summer, and then I was off for like semester-wise, I was off.
Yeah.
And then after that, in 18, I started training with my buddy. You know Wiley Rose? He was at the Whole Slam show.
Yeah, we know Riley. He's in the service.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a reserve. Yeah.
yeah. So me and him actually, we're best friends. Me and him wanted to become a tag team. He lived in Athens because that's where he was going to college and stuff. So I went from Dayton training to Athens training, and it wasn't my cup of tea down there. So then I went back to Dayton for training, and yep. Hey, you guys want to meet my dad?
Stop, no, I'm busy. What? Who is this?
This is my dad who just got home from
How's
work.
it going?
How you doing?
Yeah. This is the interview I told you about. Well, I'm going to go downstairs.
All right.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, he comes home at like a weird time. But, so, I started training with him. I went back to Dayton. And then after that, I got my first match in a West Virginia show.
Nice.
Because I took 2 superstars to a show. And they were like, dude, you got gear on you? And I was like, yeah. And we went to West Virginia. And my first spot was in a battle royal of like 30 people. And I was in the final 5.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I took an F5 over the top rope.
Oh, nice. And that was in 2018?
That was 19.
2019.
Yeah. And then ever since then, I've been going to states everywhere outside of Ohio for some reason. Yeah, I've only actually wrestled in Ohio about 4 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, most of my bookings are outside of state.
That's a little different from what we've normally had on. Normally, guys' big goal is to venture out from their home state. So that's pretty cool. So we've seen you at Horror Slam prior to the pandemic and these undisclosed location shows. How did you get involved with Horror Slam?
So this is me telling the truth. So the show that I got booked on, I took Alex Colon with me, and he knew me as one of Dave's kids. So he messaged me and was like, hey, do you have the okay from Dave to wrestle? And I was like, yeah, I do. So he was like, if you give me a ride, I'll get you a match. And ever since then, yeah, I did something good that first night, I guess.
Yeah, you've been there every show we've been at prior to the pandemic. You were there, and yeah, I think you've been at every show during the undisclosed location shows. Am I correct?
Actually, no. I've missed a couple because I've been getting booked other places too.
Well, it must have been the shows that we missed as well, because I think we've seen you at every show we've been at.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be there Friday? I'll be there Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't you gonna be there tomorrow too?
Yeah, I got told to make a post about it, so yeah, I got told by people to be like, "Hey, tell people you're gonna be there," and I'm like, "But I like being a surprise." Like, I don't want people to know I'm gonna be at certain shows.
So we talked before one of the undisclosed location shows. It was the benefit for Wyatt, Aaron O'Ryan's son. And the ring was set up near the house, and I was trying to persuade you to jump off the house. Which apparently, with your jumping off trampolines doing backyard wrestling, wouldn't have been out of the realm of what you do.
Nope.
And you were like, not a flip, not a splash. You wanted to do a phenomenal forearm off the house.
Yes, I did. I really wanted to, because I got bad hops. So
That you definitely do.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I still gotta work on my phenomenal forearm. It's not crisp yet. Like, I've only done it twice, so outside of practice.
Maybe you should bust that out at the show tomorrow.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm just gonna show up, and then whatever Rachel O'Brien tells me to do, I'm gonna do what they tell me to do.
Well, before we got into the undisclosed location shows, you were having a problem with chin strap.
Oh my God, my long-term rival.
So we're big fans of Chin Strap on Pro Wrestling Edge, just so you know. But we also like Percy. So
I was gonna say this interview might get cut short if you start talking major hype about Chin Strap.
So we've talked about Horror Slam, how you got involved with Horror Slam. We've talked about these undisclosed location shows. We've seen a lot of you. Like you said, you've only missed a couple because you're getting bookings elsewhere. Josh has a shirt on, if you can see his shirt.
I saw his RPW short. I see the boy.
So mine's in the mail, just so you know. I was hoping to have mine here today and wear mine as well. But mine didn't get here in time. So I'm just supporting my AEW shirt.
Okay.
But Josh wants to talk to you a little bit about RPW.
Okay, go right ahead, Josh. I'm all ears.
So what's your game plan? What's your future game plan for that? Have you are you gonna where are you headed there?
Well, RPW?
Yeah.
Well, same situation with Horror Slam. Whatever Chris wants me to do, whatever you guys want me to do, I'll do it. Chris told me though, as you guys know, I got booked for the Chaos show.
Yes.
The tournament that's supposed to happen. I don't know when, but it sounds like it's gonna happen later next year.
I saw a post from Chaos and they're talking about 2021.
Yeah, that's late. That's all next year. Like, I don't know what's that plan. I magically got myself booked in that tournament because like the names in there, I'm like, oh my god, I could wrestle Trey Miguel. I have no idea.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that tournament and you being involved with it, but let's talk a little bit about RPW. We had Chris on the show. We had him on right before the undisclosed location show that was RPW and Horror Slam. You know, and Josh, to feed off of what Josh said, you know, we're going. Chris really likes you down there at RPW.
I don't know how. I think it's because I flipped him off one time at Horror Slam. I think that's how he had his man crush on me. Was I came out and I remember I flipped him off. I think I made fun of his tattoos, which are cool tattoos. And then he was just like, "Hey, we're going to talk to you about RPW, a promotion we got." And I'm like, "I'm all ears. Talk to me." And then he messaged me and he started talking to me about it and then what he wants me to do there and how he's going to book me and stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, we're big fans of Chris and we're excited to see what RPW is going to be about once things get rolling down there in Ohio. I know there's another show coming up that they haven't announced yet, another undisclosed location show that they haven't announced yet, so I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spill any beans that they don't want out there yet.
Well, I'll spill the beans. I'll be at that show. I know the date, but yeah, I don't know the location. I don't know like what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm Team Horror Slam or Team RPW because I'm on both shows.
Well, we know the location and we know the date, but we're not going to talk about it because we're going to let Chris and them talk about it.
You don't want Chris to be like he'll evil message you and be like, "I'm mad at you because you did this." We like
Chris. We had a good time with Chris. We went out to we got to hang out with Chris a little bit when we went to Indianapolis for GCW.
How was that? Because
that was a phenomenal show.
That was absolutely amazing.
They're doing another one on the 2nd.
Yeah, it's just they're absolutely amazing. Yeah, we all watched a little bit of GCW beforehand, but we are completely in love with GCW now. That's like I don't want to speak for Josh, but that's probably our favorite big time promotion now is GCW.
Definitely.
Oh my God! How honestly, with me loving and becoming an independent wrestler, I love how big GCW has gotten. Because it used to be just a small indie promotion, and then it just got super big within the last couple of years. It was just like GCW is the spot. Like if you make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, on our last episode, we shouted out Uncle Chase, Chase Burnett. He had his first show with GCW at the July 4th Backyard Show.
Yeah, he did really good. I saw clips of him and Tony Deppen.
And to take his head bounced off the side of the trampoline once. I'm sure that didn't feel too good for Uncle Chase, but yeah, we're huge fans of GCW. As you see, we tend to lean towards Josh and I, especially. Well, Brandon and Nick too. We like to lean towards that deathmatch style. So, with you being involved with Horror Slam and you being a fan of GCW, do we see any death matches in Percy Drews' future?
Honestly, the death match that I want to do a death match with Daddy Effie himself. And I tell people, I'm like, yo, I don't care about dying in the ring. I would wrestle Nick Gage in a death match if it comes to it. If it comes to it, I will probably get my ass kicked, but I would love every second of it, knowing that I'm in the ring with MDK himself. Like, truth be told, those are my two dream deathmatch opponents. One, because I know Effie on a personal level, so I know me and him could kill it in the ring in a singles match or a death match, whatever he wants to do. But I just want to get in the ring with Nick Gage and just get the shit beat out of me, basically.
It's funny you mentioned Effie and Nick Gage. Those were probably the best two matches at that Indianapolis show. Nick Gage and Nate Webb and Effie versus Alley Cat. Were probably the best two matches.
Did you not like the scramble match?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That was great.
Don't get me wrong. Calvin Tankman's a beast, and we love Calvin Tankman. But Nick Gage and Nate Webb beat the shit out of each other. And so did Effie and Alley Cat. They beat the shit out of each other.
Did you see Effie with his pink mask?
Yes. He came out with the pink mask, yes.
I saw him because I was at IWA Mid-South the night before.
Okay.
And I saw him. I gave him a hug. And he, tried to social distance himself. And he was like, where's your mask? I'm like, I don't need a mask, man. And then he, thought about it. But then he leaned in and gave me a hug. And I'm like, see, you can't resist Percy at all. You can't resist me, Effie. Me will, man.
That would be a real entertaining match. Percy and Effie.
Yo, put a hashtag on it. Get it trending. Oh, me and him will literally be like, hey, we got booked to wrestle each other. What are we going to do? We'll talk about it. And we'll be like, okay, that's fine with me.
Well, we could, we'd love to see in a death match at Horror Slam. We do have a new death match champion, Sean Lawhorn. You could get in the ring with.
Well, right now, from what I'm seeing at the two shows I missed, it looks like Sean is dealing with AIW's Zach Thomas.
That is true.
Which AIW is also a promotion that I want to go to. Believe it or not, they had their seminar thing that Nolan Edwards went to. I was actually supposed to be at that seminar, but as you guys know, Congo Kong is one of my trainers, and he told me that I wasn't ready for it. So I had to back out. Yeah, I had to back out last moment, and he was like, I don't want you to go in there and mess something up, because he's like, it's AIW. I don't want you to get, I want you to wrestle there, but I think right now it's not the time yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to see Kong pretty soon. Josh and I is going to see Kong pretty soon.
On the
first time.
The 8th?
Yes. He's
the
got
8th?
Yeah, he's going to be on a show on the 8th.
So with that show, I'm conflicted because they want me at that show, but I'm also in talks of doing a show in West Virginia on the 8th. And it's I don't know what I'm doing until someone tells me, who's gonna book me first,
Gotcha, yeah.
I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but that's the 11th. I was in talks with a lot of promotions, and it's well, I got booked somewhere else first.
Yeah.
And I'm just in a battle royal, which it's battle royal, but it's I get to see Effie again. I get to see him wrestle. I think it's Tankman. Like I'll be at Paradom on the 11th.
You're saying there's a Effie Calvin Tateman match coming up?
I think so. It might not be Calvin. I'm pretty sure it's him.
If it is, that would be amazing.
I mean,
that one would be hard to pass up. Being on that show.
Well, it's in Salem. It's Salem, Indiana. So, because Indiana won shows.
Just to let you know, we had a former guest on Pro Wrestling Night. He's actually a friend of mine. He's an Ohio wrestler. He just retired, Mr. Fitness, Slim Trimmins. He did a double shot one day. He did a show in Indiana and then come and did a show here in Metro Detroit on the same day. I'm just saying, if things work out, maybe you should try that as a goal sometime, is doing shows in 2 different states on the same day.
But, so I've done that, but the issue with that is, like, you have to think of the time, too. Because, like, if a show, let's just say there's a 12 o'clock show, and then there's a 7 p.m. show. I could do both of those, because it's like, I can wrestle first and then leave and then go to the other show. But if 2 shows are running at 7,
well, true,
yeah, and they're not within like 2.5 hours away from each other, then how am I gonna go from a show in, like, let's just say Indiana to Michigan, knowing that it's like 3.5 hours?
No, I know that. I'm just saying his was a situation you talked about. It was like a 12 o'clock show, stars aligned, and then the show here he did was start at like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
He was able to make that out perfect.
Yeah, but it's wrestling, and those are really rare. Like 12 o'clock shows are really rare. Like the ward must be ending if there's a 12 o'clock show. Or you got the venue at 12 and fans are gonna be there. Then you're like, 12 o'clock, be there on a Friday.
And of course we know with the independent wrestling, if bell time's 12, the bell's probably gonna go at 1:30.
Yes, that's also true, because like Horse Lane is notorious for that. Bell time is 7 and the show doesn't start till like 9 o'clock.
They've been good lately though. I have to give it to them.
Well, I mean, it's because of quarantine and COVID, so it's an outside show. I think they're just trying to keep everybody safe with doing earlier shows, so then also the fans and the wrestlers can get home at a good time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. There was a time, the January show, were you guys at that one?
For Horse Land?
Yeah.
Horse Land?
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember that it snowed after the show?
Yeah.
It was like blizzard.
Yeah, it was, because me and Riley had to drive back to Dayton in that snow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oh my God. We were supposed to get back at 2 because it was exactly a 3-hour trip, but it ended up being a 4.5-hour trip just because of the snow that was hitting Ohio and Michigan.
It got worse the closer you got to Ohio. I didn't notice that.
It was like after we passed Toledo, it was like, oh my God, we went 30 on that highway. It was so bad. And I'll be honest, I was stoned out of my mind. And
I know that feeling.
And Wiley was like super like close to the steering wheel because he's partially blind, believe it or not. And so like he couldn't really see, and he was going 30, and like people were passing him, and I was like, dude, why the fuck are you driving so slow? Because we had a show in Indiana the next night, and he's like, I'm trying to get us home.
Oh, wow.
That was a crazy night. And then my high ended like the moment we got back home. I'm like, I'm fully awake. Fuck it. Let's just drive to Indiana right now.
Oh, wow.
I was so stressed out after that ride home. I just passed the fuck out.
Yeah, like, I didn't. I was wide awake. I was like, dude, I could probably play some like Fortnite right now and be up till like 6 and be wide awake.
Nice. We've talked about Horror Slam. We've talked about a little bit about RPW. What's going on in this Chaos tournament? So you're in this tournament with some pretty big names for the championship.
Well, what do you want to know about it?
So you're in there with some pretty big names. of those names, is there any one of those 32 names that you hope you get to draw in that tournament and get a match with?
Well, there's a lot, honestly. Like, there's a lot in that tournament that I want to get in the ring with. Jason Page, just because I hate the dude. Just
Really?
kidding. I love Jason. I'm just saying, honestly, if Komodo gives me and Jason 20 minutes, I think me and him can create magic. That's my opinion.
Well, isn't he the current Horror Slam champion?
I don't know. I want that championship. I am on a winning streak, so.
You are, yeah.
Compared to that, 6 months I was losing every time.
Yeah, you were on a pretty bad streak there, Percy. But in this Chaos tournament, we got guys like Myron Reed,
Good
Alex
dude.
Zane, Trey Bell, Jason Page. Well, Orlando Christopher was supposed to be in that, but doesn't look like he's going to be a part of it. I mean, man, we have some local guys from up here. Tommy Vendetta, Jack Price, Justin Pilgrim. Just a whole slew of names in this tournament, and we're going down the list. I'm going down the list, and I think you were about the 19th person announced or 20th person announced. I was like, and we get Percy. Nice.
You get Percy Drews in this tournament. How the hell do you get in that tournament?
Well, that's awesome that you're in that tournament. There gives you 2 promotions in Ohio that you'll be doing some wrestling for, RPW and Chaos.
Yeah, and Rockstar opened up a new academy with Zachary Wentz.
Yes.
So I'm doing that too. And truth be told, so Zach has never seen me wrestle. And so Tuesday, he was like, "You want to be in the advanced class?" And I was like, "I mean, I can do both beginners and advanced class. Like, if you need a test dummy for the beginners class, I'm okay with taking a bump for you." So I'll be doing the beginners class and the advanced class with him, which I'll probably end up being the test dummy again, like I always am. People want to learn.
And it's funny you mentioned him. He was on the GCW show. He was the last second. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was. He actually gets to wrestle Alex Colon in a death match soon.
Really?
The homecoming show. Did you guys see that post?
I didn't see the post that he was at the homecoming show. No, did you, Josh?
No, I did not.
Yeah, if you guys look on Twitter, they announced it, I think, a couple days ago. Night 1, night 2, it's Alex Colon versus Zachary Wentz in a death match.
Now, I've been trying to stay up on all their announcements for the 2 homecoming shows, but I missed that one. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good.
That's going to be good. Yeah, because Zachary's done death matches before.
Yeah, that's a far different side of Zachary from what we see at Impact.
Yeah, the little rascals.
Yeah. We actually saw him. I don't know if Josh was there, but he was. It's been about a year or more. He was at. Him and Trey were at BCWA doing a show. That was the first time I saw him live. Was at BCWA actually there in Wyandotte, Michigan. But back to Percy Drews. So we talked about some places that you're going to. You've told us some of your dream deathmatch opponents. Do you have any other in independent wrestling, whether it's Michigan where you've done a lot of wrestling, or in Ohio, any dream opponents other than Effie and Nick Gage in a deathmatch that you're looking to get in the ring with?
Honestly, there's a lot. I can have a whole list of independent wrestlers I want to get in the ring with soon or later. There is a couple. I actually do want to make my Chicago scene. I want to be able to wrestle in Chicago, AAW, Royal, Freelance. That's my goal right now because I was actually born in Chicago, and then I was raised in California, and then I lived in Dayton since I was 5.
That's why I like Percy. He was born in Chicago. I'm a big Cubs fan. That's why I like Percy Drews.
Yep, I was born in Chicago, but I never really like experienced it because like my family moved to California when I was like 4 months. Like I was only 4 months years old, so I never really got to experience Chicago. But I've wrestled a lot of people that do like freelance and AAW already. I'm just trying to get good connections up there, and it's not far of a drive. It's about 6-hour trip.
Yeah.
From my house. That's not bad. I've done it before. I'll do it again. But like promotion wise, I wanna be able to do the Illinois scene.
Okay.
And then take over Pennsylvania, New York, Kentucky, Tennessee, and stuff. Because actually, before COVID hit, I had a Tennessee booking.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then COVID hit, and it messed it all up.
So outside of wrestling, what have you been doing during the quarantine, the COVID?
Honestly,
I know you work. You've been working all along.
That's about it. Truth be told, I'm a really boring person outside of wrestling. Like I normally work 8 to 5, which isn't a bad shift, but it's all day. And then after work, I'm just drained that I go home. I watch YouTube. I watch people play video games on YouTube. I watch wrestling highlights, and I'm like, I'm going to steal that move. I'm going to hit that move. Yeah, I'm going to steal that move. I'm going to hit that move next week or this week. And then, like, I go to bed. Like, I don't do much.
So you said you watch gaming. Are you a gamer?
Nope, I play one game, and I'm terrible at it. I play Super Smash Bros.
Okay, yeah. I don't play games either, but I know a lot of the independent guys up here during the quarantine got into gaming on Twitch during this lockdown. Yeah.
I don't have a Twitch account. It'll be me being upset that I'm getting my ass kicked by Mario online on Super Smash Bros. Like, hey, you want to watch Percy lose online? I'll lose like 6 games in a row.
Josh, do you have anything for Percy?
Yeah, you listed states that you wanted to wrestle in. What ones have you wrestled in? You named West Virginia, Michigan, Ohio. What other states have you been in?
I wrestled. My camera went out. Oh, I wrestled in Pennsylvania once. I wrestled Jamie Senegal, if you know who that is.
Yeah.
I wrestled and I did a scramble in New York once, but that was a quick, I did one move and then I was out the rest of the match. I was super young when I did that. I was like my 4th, 5th match, I think. What else? I wrestled Brio in Illinois. That was fun. I'm honestly just trying to. I haven't really wrestled in many states. Majority of my things are Michigan, West Virginia, Ohio, and Indiana right now.
Well, a match I'd like to see. I've seen you personally in live in a scramble match, but I like to see you and old Rod Lee get in there.
Oh, why? Is it because he super kicked me that one time?
Yeah, because we had him on the show recently, and he was talking about, and he was calling a lot of people out, and I don't know, I'd just like to see a Percy Drews Rod Lee match.
Did he call me out?
He didn't call you out, but he's been calling out a lot of people, and I was like, well, I want to see him and Percy. They're both Ohio guys. Let's get them in there one-on-one, because he did kick you in the face pretty hard.
That was a beauty mark. I didn't hold it all.
Just so you know, Percy, my favorite match that I've seen you in live was you and Nolan.
Oh, God, my terrible chops.
I was going to ask you about your chops.
Yeah.
Are you not a chop guy?
So, believe it or not, yeah, I'm honestly not a chops guy until Congo watched that match, and that was his only critique. He was like, dude, your chops are shit. He literally dedicated a 3-hour practice to me and another trainee of ours just chopping each other until we got the chop down.
Well,
So now my chop.
Maybe we need a rematch with Nolan so you can show him you can chop.
Yes, and then I could be stiff with him.
You know, because he let everybody know that your chops were bad in that match.
Interview him. He's like, yeah, Pussy can't chop for shit.
So, Percy, I know you got some stuff to do, so we appreciate you coming on, and we'll be seeing you at these shows. But before we let you go, where can people find you on social media?
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. I would say my Snapchat, but my Snapchat is my only personal social media. So my Snapchat's the only thing that's under my real name.
So
Everything else.
So
Yeah, no, I'm not telling people my Snapchat.
Are you Percy Drews on all Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok?
Yeah, I think Instagram's the only one where it's like I am Percy Drews.
Okay.
I think everything else is Percy Drews. If you look at Percy Drews, I think I should come up.
So for all of our listeners that are on TikTok, Percy really wants to get his TikTok views up.
Yes, I want to be TikTok famous.
So if you are on TikTok, go check out Percy Drews on TikTok.
I follow back. I follow back.
Because I know that I don't have TikTok, but you'll post your TikToks in your Facebook story. And one thing you'll learn about Percy if you do follow him on TikTok, he likes to dance.
Terribly. Awful. I'm an awful dancer.
I didn't want to say it, but you said it. So if you're on TikTok.
Well, someone had to.
If you're on TikTok, go follow Percy Drews. He wants to get those views up. He was telling us he had a video that had 1,000 views, and that's not good enough for Percy Drews. So
nope, I want a couple thousand. I'll be okay with it. Believe it or not.
Percy's dreams in life, greater than being any type of wrestler, greater than making it anywhere, is to be a TikTok star. So.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. No, I mean they do make bank though. Like they make hella good money. So before I leave, did you know that Jason Derulo makes like 500,000 per TikTok video?
I'm not surprised. I mean,
yeah,
he makes some money on sites.
Yeah, and like that's already him being an artist and stuff. He gets for a 10-second video, he gets 500,000. It's more than that, but he gets that much money.
That's just
like
ridiculous.
I want to be able to do that.
That and Russell, and that would be the life, Percy.
Yeah, to where like I can make a dumb 10-second video, and then I'm like, oh, go to my PayPal and have like that fat check right there.
So yeah, so follow him on TikTok. Let's get him to be a TikTok star. Catch him at all the shows.
You don't know where I'll be. I might just show up randomly.
He might show up randomly, or he might be told to post that he's gonna be.
Yeah, I
just never know.
Yeah, if I post it on my story or I make a post about it, that means I'm probably was told to post about it.
So let's hope, because this interview will come out after the Undisclosed Location show at Horror Slam. Let's hope that as we sit here talking today, we're going to say that you've continued your winning streak and you're sitting here after Friday's show as a winner.
And hopefully maybe champion one day, because like I wouldn't mind doing an interview with the heavyweight championship belt just around my shoulder, me kissing him.
There. So
yeah,
win the Horror Slam championship
or the RPW championship.
Come back on Pro Wrestling Edge and show us your belt.
Exactly, that's the plan. If you guys see me win it, you know, there's a higher chance I might be RPW champion before Horror Slam champion.
I mean, you don't know.
You just never know.
You don't know. So
he's secretly like, I'm gonna put the belt on Percy just because he said that.
Let's put the belt on Percy and then have him go one-on-one with Slack and let Slack take care of him.
I'll be down with that.
Percy,
I ain't afraid.
we appreciate you. We'll see you at the shows.
Yep, I'll see you Friday if you're there.
Yep. All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Sweet, I'm gonna go work on my car. You guys have a good rest of your night.
All right, yeah, work on your
Thanks
car.
for coming on, bro.
Yeah, anytime. I'll see you guys. Bye.
See ya.
Later.
All right, that was Percy Drews, man. You know, him being from Ohio is kind of but you know, he's one of the ones from Ohio that we like.
I can get past, as long as I don't hear that, I can get past it, you know?
Yeah. So Josh, another episode down. This was episode 71. We do want to talk about, before we end, there's going to be a show that's announced. Like, there's another Horror Slam show we'd like to talk about, but it's not announced yet with RPW. So we don't want to talk about it yet. But there's a show on August 8th, Total Chaos Wrestling. Percy spoke a little bit about it. Congo Kong's going to be there. Justin Pilgrim's going to be there. I believe MM3 is going to be there.
Yep, I've seen MM3 is going to be there. Peter Be Beautiful there.
Going to be there.
What was it? Corporal Robinson?
Corporal Robinson's going to be his opponent.
Coming out of retirement, I believe.
So yeah, this is going to be the first show for Total Chaos, and so yeah, you can go out and support August 8th. Keep going out to Horror Slam. That's our.
Yep, I'll be at Horror Slam tomorrow.
Yeah, that promotion has our heart, but
or I should say Friday.
we like all independent wrestling, but yeah, Horror Slam is kind of special to us. RPW, we can't wait for RPW to get going so we can see them on a regular basis. But
everything back. You know, BCWA I miss. You know,
right before
even Flash.
Here, I'll tell you this. Right before we came on, I almost put a tweet out. And we won't talk about this on the podcast episode here, but you're going to hear me say something that you probably never thought you'd hear from me. I miss Clash Wrestling.
Dude, I just said even Clash, you know? Man.
I miss Clash. I miss seeing Elk, and I miss seeing Juntai.
Yo.
And I miss seeing Halal Beefcake. Yeah, I miss seeing all the guys, Devil's Right Hand. I miss seeing, Caleb Stills. I miss seeing all those guys.
Dragon Greed, you know.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get things up and going here pretty soon. Breyer, he wrestles for Clash. Hopefully we can get things going here in Michigan. It's not looking too well. They're talking about putting us back, but
even Mr. Fancy Pants himself, to call him Cameron Sky, you know.
I love Cameron Sky, just so you know. I love Cameron Sky, but yeah. Well, Josh, let's call this 71 in the books. Again, we're going to have episodes as much as we can this week coming out. And then August 1st, YouTube will be coming out. I'll be putting out an announcement how you can follow us at Pro Edge Productions on YouTube. But, yeah. Josh, any final words?
Dude, just get ready for some big things coming from pre-WWE here soon. Pro Wrestling is on the move, and we got a lot of stuff coming. The push for 100, YouTube, and I'm excited.
Yeah, our goal for 100 is rapidly approaching. We're 29 episodes away, so let's get there as soon as we can.
So, other than that, peace out.